Hi, my name is Mikołaj Czerkawski, also known as Convergence, and in this episode, I will go through the motivation and the contents of the Diffusion Fast Forward course. So what Fast Forward stands for is the fact that I've tried to capture the essence of a diffusion-based generative pipeline. What I mean by that is that a lot of the resources available online actually are actually very large code bases with a lot of features and might not be ideal for learning diffusion. So I've tried to provide a minimal framework for running some useful examples for generating images using diffusion models. So at the core of this course is the Diffusion Fast Forward open source package available on GitHub that combines all these nodes, the links to the videos as well, but most importantly, it includes the examples of code and a very minimal and readable implementation of denoising diffusion for images, and several examples of applications of that framework. Furthermore, apart from regular notebooks, all the notebooks have also come in Google Colab version. So it means that all of the examples that will be in this course, you can run in your web browser for free using Google Colab. So even if you don't have access to your own server, you will be able to run all of the examples in this course on your own. Okay, and these will include, all of these will include training networks from scratch rather than reusing some weights. Okay, so now diffusion models seem to be producing excellent quality of results. They're currently extremely popular in some of the leading frameworks, but they do require quite a lot of training, and that generally corresponds to a lot of time that needs that the training will take, and a lot of other resources such as powerful servers and or with multiple GPUs that are not always available to everyone. So what Fast Forward attempts to do is provide a place for experimentation where you can basically learn and explore the features of denoising diffusion for images without paying the price of long training and training with high capability computing resources. Okay, so now as here, this is basically the first video of a series of videos that is also part of the course. I will now go through what all the other episodes will contain. So in the first episode following this one, we'll go through the basics of the denoising diffusion process. Then after that, we will have a short episode that's more focused on the diffusion of images. And then after that, there will be a practical episode on unconditional diffusion in low resolution. And again, there will be a demonstration of code in Google Colab as part of that episode. Then there will be an extra episode on summary of seminal works for denoising diffusion. And there will be two more applications of diffusion that we will consider, which is conditional diffusion, so both a theoretical or episode and a practical one, and then high resolution diffusion, and also has two episodes, one of which being a practical episode. And then at the very end, there will be two extra episodes on diffusion applications, so what we can actually do and what kind of work is being done that has denoising diffusion at its core. And finally, further insight into diffusion, where we go through some of the recent developments that analyze the nature and some features of this type of generative model in more detail. Okay, so that's basically the structure of the video content. There's obviously another side that of the course that is focused on the code, where you can play with the notebooks and maybe experiment with the framework that is provided. And there will also be notes where you can see a little more detail about each topic covered in the course. Okay, so that all comes into the Diffusion Fast Forward. That all is basically linked and can be accessed via Diffusion Fast Forward repository. You can scan it here, or you can follow the link provided in the description, or you can Google it. It's a minimal framework of image diffusion. It's trainable from scratch at low cost. So I will repeat myself. All of the networks will be trained from scratch here so basically you will learn to actually do something from scratch, possibly with your own data. Okay, and again, this will be compatible with Google Colab, and we'll go through these 3 instances of unconditional generation, image-to-image translation, and low and high resolution examples will be provided for both. Okay. Then summary notes in Markdown. And finally, if you read more details in the Markdown of the course, you will see that there's other educational resources that cover this the topic of diffusion from slightly different angles. Some of them are really excellent, so I recommend you go and check out that part of the course where I link to other resources, because some of these resources can be very helpful and cover some of the details that are not covered in this course. So hopefully that sounds interesting to you. And if it does, please stay for the rest of the episodes. Please check out the code. If you have any feedback, if you encounter any issues, please let me know. And I hope you enjoy the course.